It is once again about that time of the week. Hello everybody, my name is Squidprints. You can call me Squid or, hey kid, I'll respond to pretty much anything. Now, this week is week 10 of the OU Monotype tournament. Very excited. This matchup is going to be tough. We are facing the most feared type in Monotype. It's dragons. Look at these dragons. His team, we're facing Koss, Chris, my friend from Team Alpha, and he has a stacked team. As you can see in front of us, Dragonite, Latios, Salamence, Garchomp, Haxorus, Kingdra. I need to find a way for my little band of grass dudes over here to take them down. 3 very important factors for me in this game. Cradily, I need those rocks up because I need to break multiscale, and I want to get damage off on that Salamence. Mega Obama Snow. That Ice Shard priority is going to be extremely useful because 3 things on his team are 4 times weak to it. That'd be the Dragonite, the Salamence, and the Garchomp. Also, extremely important in this matchup, little Whimsicott. This little guy, thanks to 6th Gen and the new typing of Fairy, he is actually a huge threat on my team. And his speed, he outspeeds everything as long as nothing is scarfed. I am running max speed, max special attack with specs. So it's been like that the entire time. I had never had a bulky Whimsicott. But I am very excited to get this one started. Before I do, I would like to say that we have been on quite a tear for this tournament. Our last 3 battles in a row, we've pulled off wins. Overall, we are now 7-2 going into week 10. We're only going to week 12. And I'll show you what happens in this battle. Now, to lead off, as normal, I'm going to end up leading off with my Cradily. Now, because I do want to get those rocks up, not only will it give offensive pressure, but it will also, try and hinder that multiscale. Well, it will hinder the multiscale, and it's going to get those damage off on the Salamence as well. So now, he's going to end up setting up Rain the first turn, which it kind of just gives him the speed boost, which doesn't really help him out too much because he would outspeed me anyway. And he can't hit me with any water moves because I also have Storm Drain. So he opts for the Ice Beam instead, which I'm alright with. I know my Cradily is bulky. On this turn, I decided to get my fishing rod out and go for boost fishing. Unfortunately, I didn't get any bites today, so I'm alright with that. I was going to go for a Giga Drain. I knew I could take another Ice Beam, so I do have the Citrus Berry. And now I do go for the Giga Drain on this turn. Giga Drain is neutral on Kingdra because it is weak. It has the weakness to water and has the resistance from grass. So therefore, it's a neutral hit, which I'm perfectly okay with. I get most of my health back. Now this is the 3rd Ice Beam from a Kingdra. I'm not sure how many people you could ask, hey, I lived 3 Ice Beams from a Kingdra today. I don't think that comes up in conversation often. So Cradily is doing work right now. We end up walling the Kingdra and almost taking it out, which is ridiculous. And we get the rocks up. So Cradily has done more than enough today. Now, I figure it's at revengeable range. I'm going to bring in Breloom, go for the Mach Punch. Turns out he wants to save it, fodder it off for later, try and get some switch advantage. I think that's a good play. He goes into Latios, which is going to end up resisting the hit. Now, I'd go for the Mach Punch, and it does decent damage. I'm not mad at that damage whatsoever. So I figured Breloom really isn't that important for this battle. I'm just going to stay and go for another Mach Punch. Turns out I do get a crit, but I don't feel like that crit mattered. Just because after that one Mach Punch, it would have been in revengeable range for the Mega Obama Snow to come in and Ice Shard it later on. So Breloom bringing down his Latios to revengeable range, which is absolutely perfect. Now I'm able to bring in Ludicolo. Now with Ludicolo coming in, I am now allowed to abuse the rain that he had set up for me, where I can just go for an Ice Beam. As he switches out, wanting to save the Latios for later, he brings in his Haxorus. Now, I'm going to go for the Ice Beam here, see how much it does. I know it's not going to be enough to kill, just because it is only 2 times weak to the Ice Beam. But the Rain's going to end up going out here. He's going to go for an X-Scissor. I was like, oh, this is probably going to knock me out. Oh, wait a second. Surprise! I have a Focus Sash today. I took out the Life Orb, threw the Focus Sash on, and now I am able to set up the Rain, which now lets me outspeed the rest of his team. Now, I am going to be able to go for another Ice Beam. Here, he's going to end up switching out and go back into the Kingdra to fodder it off to get a free switch into another Pokemon that would be appropriate for this situation. So my Ice Beam is going to miss because nothing is there. Now he's going to end up bringing in his Dragonite. Now the Dragonite, when I saw it come in, I was like, alright, E-Speed's coming. Turns out he doesn't carry E-Speed, he actually has Aqua Jet, which I was a little surprised at the moment, just because I thought, you know, he'd be carrying E-Speed. I wasn't expecting an Aqua Jet. But that is going to be enough to take me out. Now, I'm going to bring in the Mega Abomasnow here, just because I want to, first of all, take away the rain that I set up. So I'm just changing the weather up, and I know that nothing wants to switch into an Ice Shard. So now it is going to be able to take out the Dragonite from this range of health just because of the 4 times weakness and the fact that the multi-scale has been broken. So now Dragonite is down, and that is a humongous threat that is out of our way. Now, thinking to myself, what would he want to bring in? I figured he'd want to bring in, actually, Salamence. Now, the reason that he did bring in his Salamence here is because he has the Intimidate ability. From that range of health, after an Intimidate, I do not believe that an Ice Shard would be able to take it out. And I know that Salamences do carry Fire Blast, as the one that we see here does. Now, that is I am going to switch into my Rotom here to take the hit, to use it as a pivot point. Now, I do have a game plan here, and my game plan is that I want to, after this is foddered off, to bring the Abomasnow back in to force out the Salamence, so that he would have to switch back in, take more Stealth Rock damage, and then even after an Intimidate, I should be able to take it out from that range. So that's pretty much what's going to happen here. So I will switch into my Mega Abomasnow. He does not want to take the Ice Shard, so now here he is going to end up switching out, which is perfect because now he's going to lose another 25% to the entry hazards. Latios comes in as the next fodder, and the Ice Shard is going to be enough to take it out. So we're slowly but surely whittling away his team here. Now, the Haxorus is still at low HP. This Salamence right here is now below 50%. Even with the Intimidate, I have confidence in my my Mega Abomasnow to go for the Ice Shard here, because it is a 4 times weakness, and from half health, even with an Intimidate, I feel like it would, and it does take it out. Now, the next Pokemon to come out is going to be the Garchomp. Now, Garchomp is 4 times weak to Ice Shard as well. However, I do end up making a switch here. Now, I wasn't even thinking, because I know Garchomps carry Fire Fang, but for some reason I was like, alright, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to switch into my Whimsicott here. And that, honestly, now looking back at it, that was extremely risky. Like, what could I have been thinking? But he's going to end up going for a Protect to see what I'm going to do. I am going to end up going for a Moonblast. As he goes for Protect, he also shows me he's not Scarfed or anything. So, Specs Moonblast is going to be able to take it out. And that's going to leave it with a final Pokemon, which is going to be the Haxorus, which is at low health. It's not, you know, Scarfed either. So a Moonblast is going to be able to take it out. And we have just accomplished something here. We have taken down the scariest team in Monotype, the Dragons. So that would now bring us to a record of 8-2. We have 2 battles left. I feel like I'm proving my point that, you know, grass is not ass. You know, these guys are doing work. So be prepared for next week. We have Dark. We're facing my buddy George. I hope you guys enjoyed this week, and I'll catch you next time. Okay, bye.